What's up, friends? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Elizabeth, and this is The Joyful Sojourn, a community of people that love stationery and planning and doing things creatively. And if that sounds like it's up your alley, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel and coming back sometime. Today is all about Cocoa Daisy. I am a member of their creative team, which means they send me a sampling of kits every month in advance of when you're able to purchase them, so you can decide what kit is the best fit for you. Today, we are looking at October 2025. Fall kits, fall like themed stickers and papers and washi tape and pen colors and all those things are some of my favorite. I used to be a hardcore summer girl when I lived on a beach in California, and now I live in Texas. And fall doesn't quite feel the same here in Texas, but it at least is starting sort of to usher in sort of cooler temps. So I really love fall, and I love the fall aesthetic as well. So October 2025 is what we're going to look at today. Again, this was sent to me as a member of the creative team for Cocoa Daisy. I also have a discount code for you. So it's a one-time use code, whether you are a new subscriber or just wanting to pick some stuff up in the shop for the first time. Joyful 10 will save you 10% off of your purchase. And again, that's a one-time use code. And then if we have time at the end of this, we will decorate maybe my dashboard kind of cover page in my plum paper. I do have a nail appointment today. Very excited for that because I need it. My nails are starting to chip and it's not pretty. So let's just get into it and see what we have for October 2025. Very excited. Now, if you are new here, I pretty much get the same kits from them every month. So I will leave timestamps down in the description box. So if you're looking for a specific kit or you want to skip over some of the fluff, you can go ahead and do that. I don't know why I'm trying to be all careful with the tissue paper. The tissue paper is the same every month. Stickers the same every month. Fall. Oh, there's little inks in here. Very excited. So the theme is October Glow. Let's read this together. This collection is wrapped in the golden hush of October, where the air turns crisp, the light turns amber, and every breeze carries the scent of turning leaves. Inspired by the warmth of fall's embrace, it captures the cozy stillness of the season. With a palette of burnt orange, golden ochre, and softened browns, each piece is a reflection of autumn's gentle magic. Welcome to October, where everything glows a little softer and the ordinary feels touched by something timeless. Beautiful as always. Here we can see a little sneaky peek of the vibes. And lest you are someone that is a big Halloween person, Cocoa Daisy typically puts out a one-off kit for Halloween. So the October kit is more seasonal appropriate versus like holiday appropriate. I really appreciate that because I'm not someone that really celebrates Halloween. And so I like that October is autumnal. And then if you want the Halloween kit, you can purchase that separately. And I do think if you haven't shopped with them before and you want that Halloween kit, then Joyful 10 should work on the kit. So 10% off right there. Okay, so the kits that I get usually every month is the Stationery Kit, the Deluxe Journaling Kit, the Creative Kit is it's probably my new favorite. Don't sleep on the Creative Kit. We have the Creative Kit. We have the Stamp subscription, the Simple Daisy Traveler's Notebook subscription, and the Bible Journaling Sticker Kit. So I'm going to start with the least complicated, which is the sticker kits and the Simple Daisy. And then I'm going to save these stampish things towards the end because I do like to actually swatch the stamps so you can see what they look like. So let's start with the Bible Journaling Sticker Kit. And I'm going to zoom in here and see what we have. I say this every month, but in case you are new, I really appreciate the Bible Journaling Kit because the stickers change every month to match the theme. Unlike a lot of Christian faith-themed stickers, they always kind of have a very similar aesthetic, and it's like the same thing every month. It's like pastel and floral, and I like that the theme changes to match the theme of all of the other creative stationery planner themed kit. So you get to have, if you have a faith planner, you just want to infuse a little bit of faith into your journaling or your planner, you can do that with the Bible journaling sticker kit. So sheet number 1, these are paper stickers and they are so beautiful. We're starting to see kind of the colorway here. I love the touches of cranberry. I haven't seen any pictures of these kits, by the way. So this is my true first impression, but I love even like the pops of blue on here. Very pretty. We have a WWJD. And then we have, and the formatting of the Bible journaling sticker kit is pretty consistent. So you have a paper deco sheet, then you have like phrases or like little script headers or labels, and these do change periodically. Sometimes the month is written out, sometimes a full verse, but lots of kind of little stickers that you can lay down or layer on top of your deco stickers. Just to read off a few: turn your worries into prayers. The Lord is my light. Let God, created with a purpose and for a purpose. Jesus brings freedom. Love one another. His love can heal. Faith, peaceful, serve the Lord, seek him daily. Worship. Just a lot of good kind of simple lines to make a collage look really lovely. And then we have functional boxes here down at the bottom. And then here's an October sticker, which is nice. Then we have some kind of faux washi strips. So if you want to kind of lay a foundation down or cover up some words and reset your header, you've got some strips here. And then down at the bottom, we have our, these are really, I think for monthlies. I mean, they're a little bit larger. You could put them on a daily or a weekly spread as well, but you could effectively redate a monthly planner if you wanted to with these stickers. I love the alphas and numbers that come with this set. These are little block alphas, and these are unique to this set. So you'll see that there are alphas in some of the other kits, but none of them repeat. Like, even if the font is similar, one will be on clear, one will be on paper. And I think what's great about that is, you know, that you can get a couple different kits and there's not going to be really any overlap. The theme is cohesive, and you might get some items like alpha sticker sheets that are the same, but what is actually on them, the stickers themselves, are different. So love this, and love that these are small enough that we have room for numbers as well. And then we have some box stickers, very pretty, and it looks like it is. Okay, hold on. These tags actually are punched in the center, it looks like. Yep. So you've got a true kind of faux like tag here. That is really pretty, and you can take that little sticker out from the center and it looks like a tag. So you could like draw a little cord or like a little string as if the tag is hanging. And then the last sheet is clear stickers. And this tends to be more scripture verses and quotes. And then we have these kind of alcohol-y, inky, blobby texture pieces, which layer really beautifully on top of each other. In all things, give thanks. For everything, there is a season and a time for every matter under heaven. Ecclesiastes 3:1. Someone has asked me, or I've had multiple people ask me what Bible translations you use for the Bible journaling kit. And I did hear back from Coco Daisy. And for the most part, it's King James Version or NIV, but then they might adapt it a little bit to make it flow a little bit more poetically for the stickers. But it is a very kind of standard a very standard Bible translation, if you're wondering about that. My personal favorite is the ESV, but Bible's the Bible. So whatever floats your boat, friends. Okay, so let's take a look at the Simple Daisy, and I'll zoom this guy back out. I don't know how much room we're going to need here. Zoom back in. So the Simple Daisy is a traveler's notebook, and it's simple in that it doesn't have any structure to it the way that some of the other notebooks have from Coco Daisy, where there might be like a weekly layout or maybe a monthly or whatever. They have inserts. So if you wanted to do some inserts that have actual planning pages, you can do that. If you want a staple bound notebook like this, but with weeklies, you might want to look at the A5. But the simple Daisy, or the simple notebook, has no structure to it, which is great if you are, oh, that's pretty. If you are someone that likes creative listing or memory keeping and you don't need planner pages per se, you want to just do your own spreads, this gives you a bunch of lovely papers in the theme for the month of October. And people will get the subscription every month and have their traveler's notebook for the month for memory keeping be in this. I have not done that. I've kind of dabbled in and out of it. It's a really nice size for creative listing. If you're someone that doesn't want to write too much, you want to get more into the creative play part, then the Simple Daisy is a really good choice. And here you can see just how the designs change. Some are super decorative, and then some are blank with dot grid, or here we have graph grid. And then some people will get these notebooks just for the paper. Ooh, that's pretty. This is lined. Just for the paper, and they will take the staples out and repurpose the paper. So if you want additional paper, you could do that as well. And just get the Simple Daisy notebook. Very easy to just take the staples out. But so pretty, and it's already partially decorated with the papers, but you still have plenty of room here to play around with it. My husband's about to walk in. We share an office. You might hear him come and go, and my dog come and go as well. Oh, here's one little ode to Halloween here, stuck in with the ghosts. And then I always like to go back to the bottom here. Hey, babe, come on in. Because at the back, this always changes. So this month, Cocoa Daisy is making your daily schedule more grounded. So I think that's really pretty. Oh my goodness. Chair's all rolling. Crisp air, cozy heart, clear mind. So that is this month's Simple Daisy, or October 2025's Simple Daisy. And I get this super early because they ship a month in advance for you guys. So you will be able to start ordering the October kit soon, and they ship it out in September so that you have it ready for October. So everything, basically all the work that I do for Cocoa Daisy is 2 months in advance. So if you're ever wondering why I'm maybe decorating something out of month or whatever, it's because I get them early and I'm creating the content early for you guys. Okay, so what do we want to do next? I mean, we've got the ink here. I'm trying to avoid things that are overly, let's jump over to the stationery kit because I don't think I'm going to have to do any inky stuff quite yet. So now we are looking at the stationery kits. Ooh, that clip is so pretty. The planner charm. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. Stationery kit. So many different lovely goodies here. Also, I didn't mention this at the beginning. Let me just say, if you ever see that there is a kit that you want and it is out of stock, but there is a little box where you can add your email address to be notified and to be put on the wait list, do that, because the wait list works and you could be called up. So if there's something that you want, make sure that you are putting in your email address to be notified, okay? That's for any item on the Cocoa Daisy website, because things do become available and people often get pulled off the wait list and they get what they want. So don't panic if it shows that what you're looking for is out of stock. The other thing I'll add is that if there's any random items at the end of that season or at the end of the month, like, you will see a la carte items in the shop as well. And I often will go back and see if there's any extra stamps or any extra rub-on transfers, because those are my favorite. Okay, so let's take a look at the stationery kit. Let's look at this bow first because she's looking cute. And we've seen bows from Cocoa Daisy before, but they're typically on clips, like paper clips. But this is, oh my goodness, this is a planner charm. And look, these little guys, they look like acorns. How cute is that? So we have a little lobster claw clip here and your little dangly doos. How pretty is that? You probably could still slide this onto a paper clip if you wanted to use this as a clip, but that is an adorable planner charm. So that is in the stationery kit. And then we have another pin. Ooh, that's new. A little Made in Canada tab or sticker But welcome fall for our little pin for the month. Typically get a pin every month in the stationery kit. And then we have our sticky notes for the month. I love these. I use these like stickers in my planner, but you could of course use them as sticky notes just around the house. But really pretty design here. Kind of an ornate frame, vintage vibes down here with the numbers. And yeah, very, very pretty. So we have our sticky notes. And then should we take a look at the washi tape? Let's do the washi tape next. And I'll use the sticky note, let's say, as actually I do like to use, we'll use a simple daisy because we have a little bit more wiggle room here. Should we go just right in the middle? Sure, we'll go right in the middle. So 2 washi tapes in the stationery kit this month. Let's see what these guys look like. We have like a burnt orange plaid. I can never have enough buffalo plaid, grid, anything like that in my collection. Ooh, and you know what? That's really pretty because typically the plaids that I have are... the texture's a little bit different. So this is not Cocoa Daisy, but let me just show you. These are pretty like solid lines. And this one has like a sweater texture to it. Like the horizontal lines are, see how they're kind of like spotty? That makes it look almost like 3-dimensional, like fabric. That's very pretty. So that is your first washi. And then these look like stickers, actually. These look like pet tape, PET tape stickers, pre-cut. But let's find out if I can get the packaging open. Oh my goodness, I think they are. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, now to get it started. That's always the question. The beginning. Tweezers help. Just make sure if they're sharp, you're not jabbing them towards yourself. All right, is that the... Yep, so we have a little piece of tape that's kind of holding it down. And then check this out. Oh my gosh. Pretty. Okay, so we're going to just get into it because you guys have spoken very clearly about wanting to see all the things. So I'm not going to cut any corners today, which means this video might be a little bit longer, but we're going to cut here because I think this is where the unique images end. But we have pet tape sticker roll, okay? Let's see what these all look like. Tweezers are going to help. And on the right side here, they are pre-cut. There we go. Oh my gosh. So pet tape stickers are nice because they're very vivid. Like the colors on them are epic. I feel like they really look like art on a page. So I love that. They're going to be shiny compared to other kind of clear matte stickers. Ooh, that's pretty. Look, that's like a alcohol ink blob there. And then we have a pumpkin. These are going to be hard to lift off if you don't have tweezers. So definitely grab yourself some tweezers when you're doing this. Or you're going to have to be ready to actually kind of fold your roll to get it lifted. Ooh, I like these kind of vintage labels. It's giving me junk journal vibes. Ooh, I like that one. And we've got 3 more, it looks like. Ooh, that's pretty. Ooh, that's a calendar. I wonder if that's accurate or if it's just like... Oh, I wish I could. Actually, I should just look at my planner. We'll look at my planner and see if that calendar is accurate. Ooh, that is gorgeous. Love that. Okay, and then the last one is... these leaves. Pretty. Okay, now I would automatically, with these guys, press them in with a bone it's a paper folding tool or a gift card or credit card, whatever, any kind of flat pressing tool that you have, kind of just to press the air out between the sticker and the paper. So these are the stickers on the roll. And because I'm here, I'm very curious about this one. Let's actually go to the month of October here. And we have, let's see, the 1st is on a Wednesday. It's accurate. 1st is on a Wednesday. And then the 31st is on a Friday. 31st is on, it is. Okay, so the stickers in here for October are accurate for this year, which is awesome because you can use them functionally if you want to this year. And then in future years, even if they're different, you just use them decoratively because it's a cool look, you know, but you can actually use them like calendars this year. So those are the rolls that are in the stationery kit. Hopefully it was helpful to have me take the time to do that. Let's take a look at the stickers here because they are already open and available to me. So we have 3 paper sheets. First one is more leaves and birds, and I will always take more leaves because I am a decorative planner. I like to decorative date, and so the more deco pieces, the better because I like to layer them. So love this one. Got some acorns in there. Then we have our functional days of the week. We have 5 sets, typically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're all different. They're all cute. So if you want something more minimalist, we have a script. We've got some banners, and then we have some fun tags like this, like half circle tags, the birds, and then the leaves. And then lastly, I just love the vibes of this with the, excuse me, the faux labels and some additional pumpkins. And these are all paper. So three sheets of paper stickers in that stationery kit. And then we have die cut stickers. Love these ones. These are, Stationery Kit has clear die cut stickers. So these are adhesive backed, so you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to glue them down. And you're gonna get die cuts in the Deluxe Journaling one as well, but they're gonna be paper stickers, not these washi material stickers. Spread all these guys out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 stickers or die cuts. Did I count right? Well, let's move this guy down. And let's move this guy down. All right, so there you can see the different stickers. Just fun extra ones to add. These will layer perfectly alongside these guys. Well, and these guys. I mean, it's a whole vibe. So love these. Let me double count because I feel like I did that wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 die cut. I can't remember if these are matte white or if they're actually vellum or if they are washi. But love this collection from the stationery kit. And then the last 2 items in the stationery kit are papers. So the first one, well, not really paper. This one is a piece of acetate, absolutely stunning. Kind of has a matte finish to it. And I love that this is super opaque down at the bottom, so you're not really gonna see much underneath it. But up at the top, it's more clear. So if you wanted to have a peekaboo moment with another piece of vellum or a piece of cardstock, you could layer something underneath it. Now, I believe these in the stationery kit are A5 size, which is super awesome if you are someone that has an A5 discbound or you have an A5 sized 6-ring binder style. Like I've been using testing out a cloth and paper A5 6-ring, and these fit perfectly. So I would just need to punch these and then I can add them to my planner and I've got some layering. You can also rip this up and do collaging, junk journaling, just add some decorative pieces to your planner or your journal. And I love that use for this vellum because it's a super neutral, like vintage text look. So yeah, love this set. I feel like they are, yeah, really, really pretty. so that is everything in the stationery kit. The 2 pieces here, the die cuts, the 3 sticker sheets, the sticky notes, the charm, the 2 rolls, and the pin. Love, love, love. Okay, so let me collect my trash here. Let's jump over to the creative kit. And with this one, we are going to have to get a little sassy with, or I might set these. Well, no, we should probably keep these all together. Actually, in which case, well, no, because we've got a stamp in there. I'm going to set the stamp aside because we're going to swatch them all at the same time. The creative kit is fun because every month you get kind of like an additional creative item to play with. So I've only gotten the creative kit 3 months, I think. 1 month was watercolor. Another month was it inks? Now I can't remember. Watercolor. Oh, what was last month? I can't remember, but every month you get like an additional creative play artsy element. And to me, like it is just speaking my language these days. And I think it is super fun. So this month's kind of creative play element, you have a distress ink and a stamp, which I am very excited about because I'm not sure I have those colors. So let's look at the washi first. So you get 2 rolls of washi in the creative kit. And again, they're not going to repeat. Nothing repeats across kits with the exception of, or at least from the kits I get, because there is repeat in there's like a regular journaling kit and then the deluxe journaling kit. So obviously the base of the journaling kit is in the deluxe journaling kit, and it's the same thing with the planner kit. So there are exceptions to what I'm saying, but with the kits that I'm showing, there are no repeats. I feel like someone's going to correct me on that. Well, technically there are. Yes, there are if you are getting, you know, regular versus deluxe versions. Let's take a look at the 2 washi tapes from the creative kit. Ooh, that's nice. So the first one is a very simple dotted line pattern. I actually want to see how, I'm going to layer that just for kicks up against the plaid so I can see what that looks like. And then let me do a swatch of this one at the same time. This one's going to have way more imagery on it. Ooh, pretty. We're going to have to do a couple pieces of this so you can see the variance. There we go. Ooh, that's pretty. Very pretty. Okay, so we've got 2 varying widths. I think this is probably like a 5mm and a 15mm. Don't quote me, but that's what it looks like to me at first glance. And love this thin one. That is going to be so easy to add to other washi tapes and to layer. And then the bottom one is like true autumn vibes with the grasses and the pumpkins. Very pretty. But see how they all kind of go together? So you could have multiple kits and the whole theme is just perfection. I love this combo. That's really nice. So those are the washi tapes. Set these guys aside. Let's take a look at what's in this package. These are the little like journaling cards, which are great for collaging. They do not have adhesive on the back, so you'd have to glue them down with a glue stick or glue dots or whatever you have. But they're really, really fun. So let's take a look at these. Make sure you can see them okay. When the world turns amber and the air feels tender, we are invited to come home to ourselves. Autumn is a season that teaches us the beauty of letting go. That's really pretty. Love this because it kind of has a faux kind of Polaroid look to it. These are all cardstock, so a little bit thicker. Autumn is nature's way of showing us how to burn brightly burn brightly then rest. Make sure you guys can see that. All right. Warm mugs, wool sweaters, and the scent of wood smoke. October wraps us in the softest kind of nostalgia. The trees don't cling, the wind doesn't rush. October moves gently, and so can we. And then lastly, maybe my favorite, find your quiet. How peaceful is that? And yet it's like kind of an aggressive, I mean, it's a simple font, but it's kind of like aggressive versus something like this. I kind of like that. It's like yelling at you to find your quiet. Very pretty. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make sure there's no more in there. Yep. So we have 6 journaling cards. You can add these into your wrap covers on your planners or glue them down and junk journal with them, or glue them into your planners on your margin if you don't have a lot going on a specific week. Those are very pretty. I think we might want to use one of these today. I don't know. I'm kind of tempted. Next, we have die cut stickers. So these do have an adhesive backing to them. These are paper. Yep, paper stickers. So let me just space these out so you can see them all. That is a really pretty one. I like that. Some leaves. Got some tabs. We'll come back to those. More leaves. And, ooh, there's a little bird on there. Move that guy out of the way. Let me get the leaves out of the way. More leaves. Got a tag. Pumpkin. A larger tag with pumpkin. Ooh, this is a fun one. I like that because I feel like you could go any way you want with that one. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Love those. I use these in a swatch book I made recently, and I'm starting to find uses for these tabs on different notebooks that I have. So don't be afraid to use these. These also would work really well too if you are doing like memory keeping here. Like you could label week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and so on. So use your tabs, friends. Use those tabs. And then the last sticker is like a bunting flag situation, and it says weekend. So those are your die cuts. Okay. So many different things here. Let's see if I can get these into the packaging without wasting too much time here. They're hard to pick up off the table. Now we're getting to, something I am very excited about. And that is the rub-on transfers. And comparing seeing the rub-on transfers next to the stamp that comes with the set. And they are speaking my language this month. So you get one set of rub-on transfers, and they are all like textures. How cool are those? Love them so much. We're using these for sure. Don't know if we'll use them today, but love those. Here, you can see them better this way. So pretty, and it's going to be such a nice match with the texture from this stamp. Love. So we get those, and then we have some, this is different. This is different. Okay. This is fun. You guys, so we typically get some sheets of paper in the creative kit, but look, this is gummed at the top. I've been with Cocoa Daisy for what, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months now. I have yet, from the packages I receive, I have yet to receive a paper pad that's gummed up at the top. So let's flip through. Oh, how satisfying. So you just pull off what you want. So here's our first one. I've been using this style a lot lately. And actually, this is fun. These are a little bit thinner, I want to say, than past months' papers, which I appreciate because if I'm using them in my Archer and Olive notebooks, I like thinner paper because it's not going to add as much bulk. So this is not cardstock. It is a thinner paper. So that is a win for me. We have 2 sheets of those. Oh my gosh, I love this. Okay, this might be one of the creative elements in this month's box, along with these guys, this might be like the bonus situation for the creative kit. So 2 sheets of those. Love these, you guys. This is so cool. I think we're going to get 2 of each design. And they're all like they're not super thin, but they're just not cardstock. They're like regular weight, what, 24-pound paper, I would guess. So this is going to be so great for ripping and collaging. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. I've got the leaves. We've got some like tick marks. 2 sheets of those. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. 2 of these. Try to move more quickly. 2 of these. 2 of that brown plaid. Oh, pretty with the bird, with that same kind of ledger look. 2 of these. And that is it. Wow. So how many different designs did we have? 1. Probably would have been faster to do it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you have 10 designs of duplicates. So you have 20 sheets of paper, of a nice kind of thinner weighted paper for ripping up and collaging. This is well done, Cocoa Daisy. I hope that they do these more often because I think this paper pack is really, really nice. And I'm pretty sure it's an A5 size. Go back to this one. Yeah, I mean, it looks like an A5 to me. Okay, so Creative Kit is the one to beat today, guys. We are going to come back to the, let's just do it. Let's just do it while we're here. We are going to, I want to keep everything together. I like to stamp things all at the same time, but I do think that y'all should see the complete Creative Kit. So we get the Distress ink in Rusty Hinge. I'm pretty sure I don't have Rusty Hinge. And then we have this guy. It's a photopolymer stamp with a fun texture on it. Love that. Gonna peel off the back. I'm just gonna rub this on my arm for expediency. You do want to prime your stamps because photopolymer stamps usually have like a really thin film on them, and that prevents ink from gripping onto the stamp initially. So you kind of want to like get that off so it grits it up a bit. I'm going to leave this on the acetate and stamp it just as is. And we're just going to go on this side. Let's open up our Distress ink. If I can. There we go. Kind of tempted to just, ooh. So there's your color. That is a burnt orange. And I'm just going to ink this guy up. Distress inks are good for this exact look. Something distressed, kind of textured. It's not going to give you a really crisp, solid line like I would want to use on my alphas in my planners. Distressed inked is going to give you more of a distressed look. So it's a little more, not gappy. What's the word I'm looking for? Heathered almost, I would say. So I'm just trying to ink that really well. And let's just drop it down. I'm also curious to see what this would look like with black, with my tried and true black. But there you can see what that looks like. See how it's just kind of like a smudged look? Let's do it one more time, but maybe with a little less ink, and see if that makes it look a little more sparse. Oh yeah. So I don't know if that was because of my wiping technique. I kind of just smeared it on. Let's do this again one more time. Do one more. Give it a good press and lift. Yeah, so I guess depending on how much you ink it, I inked that a lot. So that looks more, you see less of the texture. And then when I inked it a little bit less, probably the appropriate amount, you can see a little bit more of the like striping. So that is going to look so cool. Let's let this dry for a second just so you guys can see what it will look like once you maybe add some pen on top. We're going to do that right now just so you can see, because you might be looking at that and going, oh, like it just looks like a blob. Kind of. But wait until you add a header word on top of it. So I'm going to wipe that guy off and give it one more second to dry while I'm setting this guy aside. Set that guy aside, and then I'm just going to grab, should we just grab a felt tip type pen, or should we just grab a Papermate Flare? It's a pen that a lot of people have, and is probably going to be the most useful or best example. So we're just going to do October. October. And there you can see, and if you want to make it fancy, you just add a little October. Just adding a little bit. This is like your faux calligraphy look. I think my T is a little wonky, but there you can see how it's a nice stamp for underneath. And honestly, I mean, picture that stamp with like a pastel pink or something, or yellow for spring, for Easter. Like that is a very good piece of texture right there. And it's going to look totally different based on the color that you use on that stamp. So very happy to have that in my collection. And I think Rusty Hinge was a good match. I mean, you can just see this is a really nice match for the theme for the month. Okay, now what do we want to look at? Let's take a look at the Deluxe Journaling Kit. Zoom this guy back out. The Deluxe Journaling Kit is the one kit that I get every month that comes in the deluxe envelope, which is really nice because what I do once I'm done filming is I put all of the kits inside here. I might take the washi tape out, but I keep everything in. Everything for October will go in here. And then when I'm a couple months down the line and I've used what I want to use, I then separate the items by type so that if I'm looking for stickers, I just go to the stickers. I'm not looking in a specific month. So I know some people like to separate their kits by season or by month, and I don't really play by the rules of like things for October have to be used in October. If I'm looking for alphas that are orange, like I might be looking for alphas that are orange in, I don't know, pick a month, March. And so I want to go to my alphas, not my October looking for orange. I want to go to my alphas stickers to find the color that I'm looking for. So that's a little bit of an inside look at how several months down the line, I do end up separating the kits by product type, not by month. But when this video is done, I do put it all in here. And then over the next month, I know that everything that I want is in here. So sometimes they do sell these on the website. I feel like they're sold out quite often, but they are nice because they have a flat bottom and you can see they open up pretty wide. So you can fit a lot of product in there. Okay, Deluxe Journaling Kit. Got another stamp. We have a notepad. Let's see if this has adhesive. It does. Perfect. So if you want to lay it down, you can lay it down. If you want to glue it down, you can glue it down. This is a really pretty one. I like the kind of faux corner pieces. That's nice. And just as a reminder, this is very different from, but coordinated with the Stationery Kits. If you wanted to see a comparison, this was in the Stationery Kit. This is in the Deluxe Journaling Kit. So very cohesive. You could use them together in a spread. Like how cute would that be? Kind of layered, but they are totally different sizes, totally different. So this is the paper pad for the Deluxe Journaling Kit. We have 1 roll of washi in the Deluxe Journaling Kit. Let's take a look at this guy. Pieces of packaging all over my desk. Ooh, I think this is going to be a very popular one for all of the journalers that like that vintage journaling vibe. That is really pretty. I'm going to do a couple pieces because they are definitely, oh yeah. Yeah, all of this is not repeat so far. All right, I think that is where this ends right here. So let's take a look at the washi tape. Really pretty. And it even like the washi tape has odes to autumn. So we've got autumn, journal, October 1904. Pretty. That is going to be a very fun washi to play with. And just curious, y'all know I'm a big washi ripper. Cocoa Daisy washi rips really well if you like that look, which I do. But here you can see what like shards of that washi would look like. Potential, friends. I see a lot of potential here. Let's go ahead and stamp out this stamp while we're here. I will have to, I guess we'll just do it right here. Let me move this guy out of the way, and I just want to make sure I don't mix up my guys. Okay, so you do get a stamp in the Deluxe Journaling Kit, and I love this. This is a very functional box that you can use in a daily planner, weekly planner, monthly planner. That's pretty. Again, I'm gonna peel that off. I'm gonna rub this on my arm, and I'm gonna use black on this one. See how this guy looks. I like the VersaFine black. It's my tried and true. Ink that really well. Try to pick it up without getting ink all over myself. And that kind of lifted up. Yep, kind of lifted up a little bit. Let's do one more. Try to get the S properly. Ink it up. This is really pretty. All right, let's make sure. It's much easier to stamp on a proper acrylic block. So take the the impression as Elizabeth's technique, not the quality of the stamp. So there you can see what that box looks like. I love this box because you could check mark whatever you're going to use this little box for. Let's say you're doing a countdown. You do, check mark days, and then you could say like 54 until wedding or whatever. Thoughts, you could say how you're feeling. Goals, write down your goals. Very cool. And you could also, just curious here, if you wanted to mix and match, depending on how much we play in this video, I might not do a plan with me at the end. I'm kind of leaning in that direction since we've spent a little bit more time on the details here. Just using a baby wipe for now. But I am curious if we can do a little mix and match here. Can I throw down some autumn with the rusty hinge, and then we're going to get some cross-contamination, which some of you are going to be furious about, but I'm trying to avoid where I just put the orange. Oh no, and I'm getting ink. I'm getting ink on my daisy, but I'm just curious if I can create a fun look with this. Stamp that down. And lift it up. Ooh, you absolutely can. You're just gonna maybe need to tape off your stamp if you want to do it properly. I kind of did it in a rush, but I just put some of the rusty hinge down and then black for the rest of it. So you can play around here. That's fun. Okay, so that was the extra awesome little bonus stamp in the Deluxe Journaling Kit. Fun. Fun, fun, fun. Let's keep going. Now we're going to get some die cuts. These are going to be on paper, but they're going to be different from all the other ones we've seen so far. I'm going to zoom in, move this guy over. All right, pumpkin, some shrubbery, I love that the sizes vary across all the die cuts as well, because I do like to mix and match. Then we have our tabs. Look at those more closely in a minute. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of the die cuts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of our tabs for the month. Ooh, definitely, excuse me, rusty hinge vibes. Ooh, that's kind of like the washi tape. Pretty. Very pretty. Love those. Okay, so those are the die cuts in the Deluxe Journaling Kit. These I'm not going to try to squeeze back into the paper. Just set those aside. Then we have our journaling postcard. So October, love the layers here. Always look for inspiration on stuff like this in your kits. If you're not sure how to layer things, you know, often they point you in the right direction. So here you can see we've got these like label stickers as the base, right? Then the leaves are layered on top of that. And then on top of that, we have our header word or phrase, and then a bird sitting on top of that. So pay attention to how things are layered in your kits and use that as inspiration for your own projects. And then on the back, the Deluxe Journaling Kit is going to give you prompts for journaling every month. So here are the October journaling prompts. I'm not going to read them out, but you can certainly screenshot and read them in your own time, but very pretty. I've actually been using these decoratively in projects, the front side versus using the journaling prompts, but I do think it's like not a bad idea to maybe take a picture of this. If you want to use this card for something else, take a picture of this so you still have it and can reference it later if you want to journal later. Love this about the Deluxe Journaling Kit. You get 2 sheets of rub-on transfers. So this first one has headers and the month of October, lots of decorative elements, including additional words, sweater season, autumn days, happy fall, y'all. Really pretty pieces. I've been using these a lot in my thinner papered planners and journals. So if you have something that's like a Tomoe River paper or a Japanese paper that's a lot thinner, that's where you're going to want to use rub-on transfers because they won't add any bulk to the pages. This one has your days of the week, weekend, and Halloween. And then we have some pretty like layering pieces here. I have layered rub-on transfers, Cocoa Daisy rub-on transfers, and they layer like a dream. I can't speak for the other brands that I've used where I haven't layered and the material feels a little different, but these, like, you could easily layer a header on top of this and it'd be perfect. Or you could take this sweater season text and put this right in the center. You can really add up the layers. So you get 2 sheets of rub-on transfers. To me, some of the best items that Cocoa Daisy makes. Then we get some stickers. These are the bigger sticker sheets. All right, so sheet 1 is our days of the week. So if you are wanting to decorative date, or you have an undated planner or a daily journal. You've got everything you need here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5 weeks worth of dates plus 1 through 31. These are on the clear matte sticker paper. Love these so much. These are full page stickers. Do not be intimidated by these. Please use them. In fact, I might even, maybe we'll use this today if I have enough time and I want to do something creative at the end of this video. I'll just show you how easy it is to just lay this down and you're good to go. Really beautiful sticker. Same with this one. It is a full page sticker. These don't rip like washi paper. They are vellum stickers. So if you want to cut them down to size, you do need to use scissors. Then we have really rich, beautiful images up at the top and some kind of faux washi strips down at the bottom. Then we have, again, we have our alphas. We saw alphas in the Bible journaling kit, but the vibe here is totally different. They are bigger alphas. They are on that matte clear paper, and we don't have the numbers on here. And then the last sheet is more decorative with strips of washi, some little flourishes, some phrases, and yeah, really pretty. I think, man, if I could curate my favorite items, it would be Bible journaling stickers, the journaling kit stickers, the creative play elements from the creative kit, the rub-on transfers from the stationery kit and the deluxe journaling kit. And I would make like my perfect kit. Sometimes I wish that everything was available a la carte. Like they held some items to be sold a la carte, but such is life. Because there are elements of every kit that I love so much. And these sheets, I tend to gravitate towards these journaling kit stickers. I just think are lovely. The last items we get from the Deluxe Journaling Kit are papers. So we typically get like a fun textured piece, and that is what this one is. Really interesting. It has a truly like wrinkled texture to it on the front, and then the back is, you still feel some texture, but it's a lot smoother. I don't know if you're not gonna be able to see it, but very good for ripping if you just want to add some textural pieces. Good for memory keeping. This is really satisfying. I wish you could feel it. But that's a really fun piece. Then we have, this is always combined in here. Let me show this guy. This is pet tape stickers. So we have a bonus sheet here. That's better to see. So we have a sheet of stickers. These are on that, they are pre-cut, that pet material. I set those over with the stickers. Then we have, ooh, pretty. This is a piece of gold debossed vellum. And all of the phrases on here are like fall themed. So you can see some of those words: golden leaves, crisp air. Let's see, hearts settle, time slows, warm mugs, bonfires burn, sweaters wrap, hearts settle. Very, very pretty. These are all, I believe, A5 size, so you can punch them and add them to your planner. You can rip them up if you want, collage with them. We also get, oh man, this feels different. This material feels different. It almost has a soft touch feel to it this month. I have not noticed that before. Almost more so this one than this one. But they have like a soft touch feel this month. That's new. So we've got the cardstock, and very similar to what we saw in the paper pad, but I'm definitely confirming that the material is different. This is going to be thinner, like everyday weight, and then these are cardstock, and they're double-sided. So if you didn't want to repeat that design, or you got both kits and you want, you know, one of those from the paper pad, you could combine it with this side of the cardstock. So these are fun. Then we have the wider pieces. These are double-sided. They unfold. If you want it to be A5, you can cut it, and the image can be a standalone. But if you unfold it, the image continues. So really, that's a piece, or that's a piece. Okay, so 3 options. Flip it over and you have a contrasting pattern. So you could cut this and then mix and match, and they are coordinated so that they could be used together. So you get whole sheets, 3 whole sheets, I think. So here's a pattern and another pattern. I'm always excited to see what's on the other side. And pattern. So that is everything in the Deluxe Journaling Kit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different types of papers. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sheets of stickers, 2 sheets of the rub-on transfers, the journaling prompts, the stamp, the sticky notes, the washi, and of course, all of the die cuts. So the Deluxe Journaling Kit, I think, is like the creme de la creme. It's probably the one that sells out the fastest too. So you got to have, quick fingers with that. Okay, so let's take a look at the last item, and then I might have time to decorate something. We'll see. Last item is the stamp subscription. If you're a stamp lover like I am, then this is one that you don't want to pass on because they are just so fun. We have a lot of different elements here. So we have a whole like texture moment here. And this looks like a repeat of what we saw on the vellum. In fact, yep, from the journaling kit, it's the same thing. So very thoughtfully designed, which I appreciate. And then we've got Wander Where the Leaves Fall Freely, October Mood, Savor the Season. We've got some small deco pieces. That looks like a coffee bean. Gather Good Moments, Welcome Fall, Find Your Quiet. What's cool about these is like, this can be for multiple months. This can be, you could do this for winter with a blue ink. This could be multiple months. This could be any month. Apple could be back to school. Like you can, Gather Good Moments could be November for Thanksgiving. Love. Okay, so we've kind of made a mess of my, we'll go here. Actually, no, I need to stamp this proper in my swatch book. So let's stamp this in my swatch book. If you're new here, I have a couple different swatch books. This is an B5 Archer and Olive notebook, which I use for all my swatches. So when I'm trying to figure out what I have, what I want to use, I will go through here and shop my stash. And I wonder if I have space where my last... So these were, I guess I should do a fresh one. These were all my stamps from the September. So I think we should start a fresh one for October. And I guess we could go this way. So we'll do that. I grab my pencil board from Layle By Mail. Big fan. Grab this guy. And this is my swatching technique. I can't say that it is highly recommended for everyday usage. So I wouldn't do this if you're wanting to get a perfect stamp impression, but I do it just to get a sampling of what I have. So what I do is I keep all the stamps on the acetate. I ink the whole thing in one shot. And this is where, I might not get ink on every single bit of the stamp. So just know that this is not a perfect stamp, but I do this because it's efficient. And it's, as long as I can see enough of the stamp to know what it is and then be recalled with what the, where it came from, what the theme was, I can go and grab it. Like I have enough information even with a partial swatch. So I'm not going for a perfect impression here. I'm just going for a sample. And this has saved me so much time. When I get new stamps in my collection, I just come straight over here and I swatch it out. So I'm going to very quickly and carefully turn this guy around and try to get my paper flat. And I'm just going to drop it down and press. You don't want to roll because it's going to create a shadow, but just firmly press. I'm going to try to make sure I get every single stamp accounted for. And then I just try to lift it up. And that turned out pretty darn great. And that is actually a good reflection on Cocoa Daisy. You can use the least effective technique, like what I use for my swatches, and still get a pretty darn good impression. That looks lovely. While we're here, I do want to make sure that I have stamped out the rest of the stamps that are in the October kit. So let's just do that while we're here. So we also had this guy, which was from the Deluxe Journaling Kit. So make sure you move your pencil board. I will leave, if you're curious about the pencil board, I'll leave a link and a discount code for that, but I can't stamp without it at this point. It is my essential. I'm gonna stick this guy right here and press firmly, lift it up. See how I missed some of that, but I know that that says thoughts and blessings, so I'm not tripping even though it's imperfect. That just tells me enough of what I need to know. And then we had one more stamp, right, from the Creative Kit. And we get to see what this looks like with black on it. That should be interesting. I really should actually do it with the orange as well. We could do a sampling of the ink too if we want to. I'm gonna put this guy right here and just press. Press. And lift up. Ooh, that looks rad. So there is that guy swatched out with black. And then, let me zoom in so you guys can see that a little bit better. And then I think maybe what I'll do actually is take a dauber and if I have easy access, there we go. Just gonna take one of these guys and buff this out right here. And now this page, I've got a good kind of idea of the stamp and ink type things that were in the October 2025 kit. So let's move that stuff out of the way. Let's make sure we have labeled this. So this is hopefully everything's dry at this point. The VersaFine does dry pretty quickly. So this is Cocoa Daisy October 2025. These were from the Creative Kit. This was from the, I'm just going to do this. Thoughts, blessings. There we go. This was from the Deluxe Journaling. And then this is the stamp subscription. And now I've looked at all of the kits and I've created a swatch page so I know exactly what was in the October kit, which is kind of nice. I wonder if I could highlight that, a little bit of orange. No, definitely didn't work. It does not look cute. That's okay. All right, friends, do we have time to do something creative? That is the question. Let's move this guy out of the way. Trusting and believing that it's already dry. I think we do have, what time is it? I think I've got a little bit of time here. We're gonna jump over to October. This is a plum paper planner, A5 size. And I love decorating dashboard pages or divider pages. And if you get the really simple plum paper design or colorway, it's totally neutral, which I appreciate. So what we're gonna do is, do we wanna play with the stickers that people are probably the most intimidated by? Kinda tempted to go all in with this one. We're gonna do this super fast. Let me just show you how to create a really simple and pretty design here. I think I want to cover up the pre-printed October, or I can leave it. I could use trying to think size-wise. If I go right above October, we're going to be up there. Ooh, this is tricky. Let's just lay this guy down. Because we can. I'm going to go above. I'm gonna go above and hope I don't regret it. Lay this whole thing down. Instantly, like so pretty. And then I kind of do want to change this out. And I could do that by way of maybe some washi. I am going to lay some washi, but I think first I'm going to take this out. Knock it out. And I want to kind of stick to one kit so you guys aren't saying, hey, that's not fair. Use multiple kits. What if I only get one? This is just going to be using the Deluxe Journaling, so you guys can get some ideas if this is the kit that you get. So I'm just going to put down a piece of washi here. And then I think I want a little bit even more texture, maybe a little bit more brown. So I'm going to add this right here. Just a little piece. I just love layers. And will these show up over the vellum? I don't know. Because these are kind of, oh, I think they will. But it might look better up here. Okay, before we put down the month, let's do all of the decorative stuff first, and then got more strips, kind of like this guy right here. Just to kind of, everything right now is very solid and squared off. So I'm going to add that guy there just to kind of soften that edge. I know we don't need the days. Yeah, I kind of want to soften the look of this. And that might mean kind of playing with these edges. Like, obviously, I mean, maybe it looks like the leaves are coming from the tree, but they're closer to us right now. Sure. let's pretend. I'm going to grab another small one. Oh, this is one giant piece. Okay, I thought I was going to break this apart, but you know, I kind of want to break it apart unless I can find... Ooh, actually, let's do this because it almost makes it look more 3D. Ooh, I like that. That was a win. I was going to start cutting it apart, but I think that kind of works. I could also... Ooh! Okay, so you guys, this was one giant sticker. It helped lay the foundation, and then I'm layering all kinds of additional clear stickers on top. So you want to use the same material stickers. That's going to be best. Like you don't want to layer a white sticker on top of this piece, but look how we're just kind of starting to fill it in a little bit. We'll do the header last. And now I kind of, I wonder if we are losing the bird. We're losing the bird. I don't like that. I'll lift this piece back up, but I really like the quote. So I'm actually going to just cut this off. I'm going to set this guy aside for a rainy day, unless I can find a way to kind of, should we nestle him in? I know that the branch doesn't make exact sense, but sure, we'll just hide him in there. And then we've got this one. I want to add some black, so I'm going to add this right here. Let the light in, let the rest go, and then use a bone or something to press this in. Really get that pressed in. All right, and now I think we are, ooh, it's almost like a Where's Waldo moment. Do we want to add any other things? I don't think so. I kind of like the way that this is headed. And then we could have October be super chill, kind of popping out up here. You guys still see me okay? Yep, okay. Ooh, this is nice. Very nice. And I'm not too worried about perfection here on placement. If I was, I'd use a ruler, but not worried too much. And hopefully we can see the rest of the word through the branches. Oh my goodness. That is lovely. Lovely. Now I think the black is kind of popping out too much. Normally I'm all about the black popping, but since October isn't, I think I want to lift that up. I do think we should put something down here though. The glow is within. I mean, I could just cut that part out, or we could do, no. The glow is within. Shine, the glow is within. think I want just the glow is within. So I'm going to cut this off. Don't be afraid to cut your stickers. And let's just have it kind of like hiding in here. Press that down. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. Make sure you keep your pieces because shine is still a perfectly good sticker. Oh my goodness. Well, you guys, I just created, in my opinion, a very adorable monthly divider page with just stickers and washi. Just these guys from the Deluxe Journaling Kit. Now, if you wanted to be extra, you could put a piece of paper underneath and then you could buff the rusty hinge from the Creative Kit all around the outside so that you don't have any white space. But I'm trying to be consistent with the kit I used today. All right, friends, I think we're going to call it good. I think that is really, really pretty. Oh, and then this isn't a clip, but like, I guess you could technically, I mean, this isn't a paper clip, but you could kind of clip this on here. And then you've got like your little charm. I love it. I'm very happy with the seasons changing. All right, friends, I think we're going to call it good. If you have any questions about Cocoa Daisy, I will certainly do my best to answer. But this October glow vibe is so pretty. We'll just leave this zoomed in. Y'all don't need to see that big old black background. So pretty, very excited about it. Come hang out with me on Instagram. My handle is The Joyful Sojourn. If my videos from or about Cocoa Daisy are helpful, then please let me know, let Cocoa Daisy know. Please shop with my affiliate link in the description box. Even if that discount code, you've already used it and there's no additional benefit to you to use my affiliate link, I hope that you'll still use it. That helps me keep the lights on around here and allows me to continue putting out content and working with companies that I love. So please shop with that affiliate link. And if you haven't used Joyful10 as a discount code, definitely use that and grab some goodies. Until next time, friends, God bless you. God bless you and keep you do something creative today. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.